Hello, everybody, and this is the third part for the video lecture in photosynthesis. Last time, we were able to talk about the light reaction, and now we're into the Calvin-Benson cycle. This is also called as the carbon fixation in other references, and it's done by the majority of the plants here on Earth, the C3 plants. If the light reaction occurred on the thylakoid membrane, this cycle occurs in the stroma, the space all over the chloroplast. And it uses our products from the light reaction, such as the ATP and NADPH. And also, it uses carbon dioxide. That is why it's very important for plants to have their carbon dioxide for this particular process. And to produce the food, the 6 carbon sugar, it takes about 6 turns since this is a cycle. And it uses 18 ATP and 12 NADPH molecules. Please take note of this. This is some important information. Okay, so now I want to show you how the cycle looks like. Okay, let's look at this picture over here. And please note that in this example, we have here we have 3 carbon dioxide molecules entering the cycle, right? But in reality, only 1 molecule of CO2 enters. So this is just written like this to show us the efficiency of the cycle. By the way, these purple circles represent our carbon molecules. If you see one like this, it means it has 1 carbon, right? Carbon dioxide has 1 carbon. So 3 molecules of this enters our cycle, and also the first phase for the carbon cycle, of course, it's called as the carbon fixation. So CO2 will be fixed and it will create this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon molecule over here. So we have 3 molecules of that. And it will split into half. So we now have 6 molecules of a 3 carbon molecule. Its name is PGA. So you see, we have 6 pieces of this. And then afterwards, the second phase begins. It's called the reduction. If you remember our redox reactions earlier in the introduction part, I told you about reduction, which means that there is a loss of oxygen or the gain of electrons. That's where NADPH plays its part. Remember, I also told you that this is an electron carrier. So it will donate those electrons here in this process. Also, ATP will be used as well. ATP, okay, we have 6 molecules of that, and then it will be back to its ADP form, rather. Sorry about that. And then NADPH will donate its electrons. So we now have this. Okay, we now have this. If we look at it, in total, we have 6 molecules of G3P. Okay, but 1 exits the cycle to make glucose. And 5 molecules of G3P, they are recycled, which leads us to the final step for the carbon fixation, or the carbon cycle rather. It's the regeneration phase. So what happens here, these 5 molecules of G3P are recycled. So this involves the participation of another 3 molecules of ADP as well to finally create our starting molecule, 3 molecules of RUBP. Okay, and RUBP is very important because we need this to fix our carbon. So we can start the process all over again. Okay, again, for our Calvin cycle, we have 3 phases: carbon fixation, reduction, and regeneration. Let's look at another picture. Okay, see? Here, this is just another picture to show us what happens for the Calvin cycle. Okay, it has more detailed names here for each of the products. You can pause the video here if you want to take note of these, but basically I explain the steps so you can get the general idea of it. Okay, phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. So in general, if we look at our Calvin cycle out from the box, we will see that there is one output only, and that is our one molecule of G3P. So this will now go to create our uh, food, sucrose, starch, and other organic compounds. All right, and since I was able to show you the the two reactions rather for photosynthesis, let us talk about their relationship. So I have this figure over here, and if we analyze this in light reactions, it creates the different products, right? Oxygen is a byproduct, so it goes out of the system. The plants give off oxygen, while our ATP and NADPH is used for the Calvin cycle. Okay, so it can do its job, fix this carbon dioxide, create the sugar, and it has other products as well, such as adenosine diphosphate and NADP. So this will be used, recycled for light reactions again. So if you look at the bigger picture, the light reactions provide ATP and NADPH to the carbon fixation of the Calvin cycle, and the cycle provides water and electrons to the light reactions. The light reactions supply the Calvin cycle with CO2 to produce sugars, and the Calvin cycle supplies the light reactions with sugars to produce ATP. That is why these two major reactions are very important for photosynthesis. Okay, and I think that is all for this video lecture, and we will have the last one for photosynthesis. Kindly look at our playlist so you can see the next video. Thank you.